Hey everybody. I've got this old Medeco original 5-pin rim cylinder. It's got the old logo, as you can see, which someone on Discord told me this means it's at least dated back to 1973, maybe earlier. So that's pretty cool, one of the older locks in my collection. I ended up breaking the clip that holds the plug in. So after calling a couple of locksmiths and a couple of suppliers, and they wouldn't sell me parts over the counter for whatever reason, and not wanting to use the improvised little paper clip thing that I had been using, which I'd show you, but I threw it out. I called Medeco customer support, and they just said, "Give us your email address, and we'll mail you one." So they mailed me one of these little clips. I've only put it in part way, just enough to hold the plug in place, because if you've ever gutted a Medeco with one of these clips before, you know it's a pain in the ass to remove that clip. So it's a lot easier if I just put it in about part way. It'll hold the plug in. It's not going to fall out while I'm picking it. Let me zoom that in for you. I actually have a proper tripod now. All right, let's see. There we go. I do have the key. Works perfectly. And let's get to it. I have a top of the keyway pry bar in 50 thou and my little homemade pick in 23 thou, which is kind of cut in the style of a Peterson gem, but slimmer, I would say. All right, come on. Find that binder. Oh, right. Give it the obligatory rake first. And here we go. Okay, a couple of good clicks on 5 and a little bit of movement on the core. Nothing on 4. Nothing on 3 just yet. Let me check on 3 again. See if I get a little counter rotation and a click out of 3. Another little movement from 5. Something on 2. Let's see what 1 has to say. Nothing yet. Felt like something dropped back down. Sounds like pins are dropping. Can't tell who it was. Okay, that was 5, I think. Alright, see if anybody else is talking. Give me something. If you hear sirens in the background, well, I do live in a city, so kind of goes with the territory. Alright, we are either picked to shear or very close to it. With this lock, when it gets picked to shear, it feels like something gives way a little bit. So I am going to start trying to rotate the pins. And some drop down. There we go. If there's a pin that still needs to be set, I will find it. I think that was it. I just barely touched one and I felt a little give and a little bit of movement on the core. So let's see. See if we can coax you open. What's holding us up here? Dropped a pin there. And they all dropped. Okay, and that's an open. So counting the false start where I forgot to rake it, and you know, my multiple attempts, 17 minutes is definitely not my best time, but it's certainly not my worst either. So here's my crappy little pinning tray, and I am working on a better one, but this will have to do for now. And you can see my other Medeco rim cylinder in the background there. That's a 6-pinner that I had my local locksmith actually pin up for me because I lost the pins somehow. Okay, this will have to do. So like I said, I only put this clip in part way. I'll take that out. Grab my follower. And I will give you guys a close-up of all this once I have the pins out. So I do have the key, so I can lock that back up. Let's see. Trying to position my little tripod better. Grab my key. And of course we want to be mindful of the fact that there is a sidebar. I don't want to lose that. Grab that. And let's see, I'll let you see the sidebar here. If I can just get that to... And there goes one spring onto the pinning tray. The other one is right there, and I will just put the sidebar there, and I'll show you everything once I've got it all out. So let's just start dumping key pins. One is a standard. Two is standard. I'm just going to move this a little bit. 3 is standard. 4 has a master wafer and is also standard. And 5 is standard. Let's see what's upstairs. I'm going to try and get a decent view on this for you guys. Oops, that just popped right out and went through my hollow follower. So that is number 1, that's a steel anti-drill pin. Number 2 is a mushroom. And I'm just going to pop these out one at a time and catch them. 3 is a mushroom. 4 is standard. And 5 appears to be another steel pin. So that's all gutted except for the springs. Let me get the springs out. Okay, so here it is. There's the sidebar and those 2 springs. There's the key pins and the drivers. And this is really cool. Let me show you these. This is the old style Medeco mushroom pin, if the camera will focus, or I'll just bring it down closer. You can see it actually has a little bit more pin after that mushroom lip. So it picks a little differently than the new style pins, which I might actually have one right here to show you for comparison. I don't, but well, that's it. That's a 5-pin Medeco original rim cylinder, picked and gutted. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.